Hi guys, I'm Rohit and welcome to my YouTube channel, a place where learning finance is the new passion. Sorry guys, I was a bit unwell these days and that is the reason I came up with this video a bit late. But better late than never. So without wasting much of time, let us jump into our today's topic. Nowadays, we all are having a mindset of becoming entrepreneurs. So before starting a company and becoming an entrepreneur, let us understand what is a company. So as per the definition of Companies Act 2013, a company is defined as an incorporated association which is an artificial person with a separate legal entity with a perpetual succession as well as a common seal. Now, I am very sure you and me have understood nothing out of this. Let us understand this with a simple language. Now, what is an artificial person? A company is not a human being, correct? That is why the law has defined it as an artificial person, having a separate legal entity. Now, you might be the owner of the company, but the law will consider a company as a separate entity. You are a separate entity and your company is a separate entity with a perpetual succession. This means that if a company started today, it can go ahead in the future without any restriction until and unless you or the company's owner decides to shut off the company. Last but not the least, a company's common seal, which means that if a company is considered as an artificial person, correct, it will not have its own signature. And that is the reason we must have a common seal for a company to be stamped on all the legal documents. Let us understand the classification of companies basis the number of shareholders or the number of members. Members and shareholders are nothing but the same. On this basis, we can categorize companies into three categories: OPC, private company and a public company. OPC is nothing but one person company. As you can say, one person company says that the company's owner must be only one person. The total number of shareholders or the number of members is going to be 1, not less than that and not more than that. Now the government of India allows this kind of a company because an individual who has good business ideas and want to initiate a new company can open a one-person company. For starting an OPC or a one-person company, you have to follow few requirements. Number 1, he or she must be an Indian citizen and a resident of India. Resident of India means he or she has to live in India. Number 2, the total number of members must only be 1, or the total number of shareholders must only be 1. Number 3, the company must appoint a nominee, because suppose if tomorrow's unfortunately the death of the shareholder happens, then the nominee will succeed the company in place of the actual shareholder. The fourth requirement is that the number of directors can be minimum 1 to maximum 15. Now what are directors? Who are directors? These are the people or the employees that will run the company. These are the top management people who will make few decisions and make the company big. Coming to a private company. A private company by name says that the shares of the company must be privately held. That means these company shares cannot be available for you and me like the common public. A private company can have minimum 2 shareholders to a maximum of 200 shareholders. It cannot go more than 200 shareholders. A private company must have minimum 2 directors to maximum of 15 directors. And as we had already discussed, that the shares of the company cannot be transferred to the common public like you and me. Coming to the example, Mondelez India Foods Private Limited. This is the company which manufactures delicious brands like Oreo, Cadbury, Gems, Tang. This company is a private limited company and that is the reason the shares of the company are not available for common public like you and me. A private limited company can be converted into a public limited company with few legal proceedings. Now, why will a person convert private company into a public company? Because through this way, we can raise funds through common public like you and me. And therefore, minimum 7 to maximum infinite number of shareholders can be there for a public limited company. Coming to the directors, minimum 3 to maximum 15 directors can be appointed for driving any public limited company. Coming to the examples, Nestle India, DMart Limited, Reliance Industries Limited are public limited companies whose shares can be bought and sold by common people like you and me. Public companies can be categorized into 2 categories on the basis of whether they are available for buying and selling in the stock market. Now these can be categorized into two categories. Number one, listed companies, and number two, unlisted companies. By the name it says, listed companies are those companies which are listed on your stock exchanges like NSE and BSE. And unlisted companies are those companies which are public companies but they are not listed on the stock exchanges. Coming to the examples, Patanjali Ayurveda Limited is a public company but it is not listed on the stock exchanges. Whereas if you come to Britannia's Industries Limited, this is a public company as well as it is listed on your stock exchanges like NSE and BSE. Hope you guys like my content. If yes, then give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Guys, if you really feel that my content has added value to your knowledge, then please share this video with your friends and your family. आज के लिए बस इतना ही. Until then, take care and bye bye.